First contact. The starship Odyssey hung in high orbit above Earth, its sleek hull gleaming in the reflected sunlight. Inside the bridge, Captain Ilara Chen stood with her hands clasped behind her back, dark eyes fixed on the main viewscreen. The image before her was one she'd dreamed of since childhood, an alien vessel, its organic curves and iridescent surface unlike anything humanity had ever built. Status report, Ilara said, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. Her first officer, Commander Raj Patel, looked up from his console. The alien ship is maintaining position, Captain. No signs of weapons powering up or shields activating. They seem to be waiting. Ilara nodded, a small smile playing at the corners of her mouth. Then let's not keep them waiting any longer. Hail them. As Raj worked to establish communication, Ilara took a deep breath. This moment would change everything. Humanity's first official contact with an extraterrestrial civilization. The weight of history pressed down on her shoulders, but she stood tall. They had trained for this, prepared for every contingency. Whatever happened next, humanity would face it head-on. The view screen flickered, and suddenly they were face to face with the alien crew. Ilara's eyes widened as she took in their appearance. The beings before her were vaguely humanoid, with elongated limbs and large, almond-shaped eyes that seemed to shimmer with an inner light. Their skin was a pale lavender, covered in intricate patterns that shifted and swirled like living tattoos. For a moment, both sides simply stared at each other in wonder. Then Ilara stepped forward, raising her hand in a gesture of peace. "Greetings," she said, her voice clear and confident. "I am Captain Ilara Chen of the Earth ship Odyssey. We come in peace and friendship." There was a pause as the aliens' translation systems processed her words. Then one of them stepped forward, clearly the leader. Its movements were fluid, almost hypnotic. "Greetings, Captain Chen of Earth," the alien replied, its voice a melodious trill that sent shivers down Ilara's spine. "I am High Emissary Zalthora of the Galactic Confederation. We have long awaited this day." Ilara's heart raced. A Galactic Confederation. The implications were staggering. "We are honored to make your acquaintance, High Emissary. If I may ask, what brings you to our world?" Zolfora's patterns rippled in what Ilara hoped was a positive emotion. "We have been observing your species for some time, Captain. Your potential is intriguing. We come to extend an invitation for humanity to join the Galactic Confederation." A hushed murmur swept through the bridge. Ilara fought to keep her composure, though her mind was reeling. "That is a most generous offer, High Emissary. However, such a decision would require careful consideration and consensus from our world's leaders." "Of course," Zalthora replied. "We anticipated as much. Perhaps a cultural exchange would be in order, to allow both our peoples to become better acquainted before any formal agreements are made." Ilara nodded, a spark of excitement igniting in her chest. "That sounds like an excellent idea. We would be honored to host a delegation from the Confederation and to send our own representatives in return." And so began a whirlwind of diplomatic meetings, cultural exchanges, and scientific collaborations. The news of alien contact spread across Earth like wildfire, sparking equal parts excitement and trepidation. But as the days turned to weeks, and then months, humanity began to adapt to this new reality. Ilara found herself at the center of it all, serving as a key liaison between Earth and the Confederation. She marveled at the advanced technology the aliens shared, from faster-than-light travel to energy production methods that could solve Earth's climate crisis. But she also noticed something else, a subtle undercurrent in the aliens' attitudes. It was during a tour of the Odyssey that she first heard it explicitly stated. Zolthora was examining the ship's life support systems, its patterns shifting in what Ilara had learned to recognize as puzzlement. "Fascinating," the High Emissary said. "You've achieved so much, despite the limitations of your biology." Ilara frowned. "Limitations?" Zolthora turned to her, head tilted in a gesture reminiscent of curiosity. Surely you're aware. Your species evolved on what we classify as a death world, a planet with extreme conditions that should make advanced civilization nearly impossible. High gravity, atmospheric toxins, dangerous wildlife. It's remarkable you survived, let alone reached the stars. For a moment, Ilara was speechless. She'd never thought of Earth as particularly harsh. It was home, after all. But as she considered it from an outside perspective, she began to understand. The aliens' own worlds must be far more hospitable. Spaces. I suppose we've never known any different, she said carefully. We've always had to adapt to overcome. Zolfora's patterns rippled in what might have been admiration or pity. Indeed, it will be interesting to see how you fare among the stars. The Confederation has much to offer, but I fear you may find yourselves outmatched in many areas. The words stung, but Ilara refused to let it show. Instead, she smiled. With all due respect, High Emissary, I think you might be surprised. Humanity has a long history of exceeding expectations. As the cultural exchange progressed, more humans had the opportunity to interact with the various alien species that made up the Confederation. Scientists collaborated on groundbreaking research, artists shared their unique perspectives, and diplomats worked to forge lasting alliances. But Ilara's conversation with Zalfora stuck with her. She began to notice more and more examples of the aliens underestimating humanity. They marveled at human endurance, expressed shock at the risks humans were willing to take in the name of exploration or scientific discovery. It was as if they viewed humanity as a quaint curiosity, brave but primitive. The situation came to a head during a diplomatic summit on the Confederation's massive space station, a structure that dwarfed anything humanity had ever built. Representatives from a dozen alien species were in attendance, discussing the terms of Earth's potential membership in the Confederation. Ilara sat next to Dr. Yuki Tanaka, Earth's lead xenobiologist, listening as an insectoid alien called Fixtick outlined the Confederation's concerns. While we applaud humanity's achievements, Fixtick chittered, mandibles clicking, we must express reservations about your species' readiness for full membership. Your technology lags behind Confederation standards in many areas, and your physiology may make it difficult for you to integrate into many of our sherda. Tanaka leaned forward, her usually calm demeanor showing signs of frustration. With all due respect, Councillor Fixtick, I believe you're underestimating our potential. Humanity has a remarkable capacity for adaptation and innovation. An admirable sentiment, a nerve alien, a floating gasbag named Joblorp interjected. But sentiment does not change physical realities. The average human would struggle to survive on most Confederation worlds without significant technological assistance. Ilara felt her patience wearing thin. She stood, drawing all eyes in the room. Councillors, esteemed representatives of the Confederation, I thank you for your candor, but I feel compelled to offer a different perspective. She took a deep breath, gathering her thoughts. Yes, Earth is what you call a death world. Yes, our technology may not yet match yours in all areas. But these very challenges are what have shaped us, driven us to reach for the stars despite all odds. Ilara's voice grew stronger, filled with passion. We humans have a saying, necessity is the mother of invention. Our harsh world forced us to adapt, to innovate, to push beyond our limits. And we're not done yet. Give us a chance, and I promise you, we will surprise you. The room fell silent as the aliens processed her words. Then, unexpectedly, a deep, rumbling laugh filled the chamber. All eyes turned to its source, a massive, rocky being that Ilara recognized as a petron, a species known for their incredible strength and longevity. Well said, human. The petron boomed, its crystalline eyes glittering with amusement. I, for one, am eager to see what your species can do. You remind me of my own people in our younger days, small, but fierce. Zolfora's patterns swirled thoughtfully. Perhaps we have been too quick to judge. Captain Chen speaks with conviction, and her words have merit. I propose we put humanity to the test. Six Stick's antennae twitched. What do you suggest, High Emissary? A challenge, Zalthora replied. Let us invite a group of humans to attend our most prestigious institution, the Galactic Academy. There they will study alongside the brightest minds in the Confederation. If they can prove themselves there, it will go a long way towards addressing our concerns. Murmurs of agreement filled the room. Ilara exchanged a glance with Dr. Tanaka, seeing her own mix of excitement and apprehension mirrored in the scientist's eyes. This was their chance to prove humanity's worth on a galactic stage. We accept your challenge, Ilara said, her voice ringing with determination. Humanity will not disappoint you. As the meeting adjourned, Ilara's mind was already racing with plans. They would need to carefully select their candidates, prepare them for the trials ahead. But she had faith in her species. Humans had faced long odds before and triumphed. The journey to the stars had only just begun, and humanity was ready to show the galaxy what they were truly capable of. The Galactic Academy. The massive structure of the Galactic Academy loomed before them, a breathtaking blend of organic curves and crystalline spires that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Maya Patel stood at the viewport of the shuttle, her dark eyes wide with wonder. Next to her, Zane Chen, Captain Ilara's younger brother, let out a low whistle. Well, he said, a grin spreading across his face, I guess we're not in Kansas anymore. Maya rolled her eyes, but she couldn't hide her own smile. Really? That's what you're going with for our historic moment? Before Zane could retort, a melodious chime filled the shuttle. The voice of that alien pilot, a bioluminescent being named Lux, followed. Honored humans, we are beginning our final approach. Please prepare for docking procedures. As the shuttle glided towards the academy, Maya felt a mix of excitement and trepidation churning in her stomach. She and Zane were part of the first group of humans selected to attend the prestigious Galactic Academy, a test of humanity's potential and their worthiness to join the Confederation. The pressure was immense, but so was the opportunity. With a soft thump and a hiss of equalizing pressure, the shuttle docked. Maya took a deep breath, straightening her uniform, a sleek, dark blue outfit that managed to look both professional and distinctly human among the varied fashions of the Confederation species. Ready? Zane asked, his usual joking demeanor replaced by a serious look. Maya nodded. Ready. The shuttle door slid open, revealing a docking bay teeming with alien life. Beings of all shapes, sizes, and compositions moved about with purpose. Some floated, others slithered, while yet others walked on varying numbers of limbs. The diversity was dizzying. A tall, willowy being with iridescent skin approached them. Greetings, humans, it said, its voice a soothing melody. I am Professor Zilvan, your liaison for the Academy. Welcome. Maya and Zane bowed slightly, a gesture they'd been taught was universally respectful. Thank you, Professor, Maya replied. We're honored to be here. Zilvan's skin shimmered in what they'd learned was an expression of approval. Come, let us begin your orientation. As they followed Zilvan through the twisting corridors of the Academy, Maya's mind raced to take it all in. Holographic displays lined the walls, showing star charts, complex equations, and diagrams of alien biology. Students of various species huddled in alcoves, engaged in animated discussions or quiet study. The Academy is divided into several colleges, Zalvan explained as they walked. Based on your aptitude tests, Maya, you've been placed in the College of Xenobiology and Adaptive Systems. Zane, you'll be in the College of Quantum Mechanics and Transdimensional Theory. Zane blinked. I'm sorry, trans what now? Zilvan's skin rippled in what might have been amusement. Do not worry, you will learn. They arrived at a large, circular chamber filled with tiered seating. Aliens of all descriptions were filing in, their chatter creating a symphony of clicks, whistles, and hums. This is the Grand Lecture Hall, Zalvan said. All new students gather here for the welcoming address. I must attend to other matters, but we will speak again soon. Good luck. As Sylvan glided away, Maya and Zane exchanged a nervous glance before finding seats. They couldn't help but notice the curious, and sometimes skeptical, looks they were receiving from their alien classmates. A hush fell over the hall as a holographic image appeared at the center. Maya recognized the shimmering form of High Emissary Zolfora. Greetings, young minds of the Confederation. Zolfora's melodious voice filled the chamber. And a special welcome to our new human students. You stand at the threshold of a grand adventure, the pursuit of knowledge that will shape the future of our galactic community. The High Emissary's gaze seemed to linger on Maya and Zane. Some of you come from worlds very different from others. Some may face unique challenges, but remember, diversity is our strength. Each perspective, each adaptation, brings new insights to our shared quest for understanding. As the speech continued, Maya felt a surge of determination. They were here to prove humanity's worth, yes, but also to learn to grow, to push the boundaries of what was possible. The next few weeks were a whirlwind of new experiences. Maya found herself deep in the study of alien biology, marveling at the incredible diversity of life in the galaxy. She spent hours in the xenobiology labs, analyzing genetic structures so foreign they defied her earthly understanding of life. Zane, meanwhile, dove headfirst into the mind-bending world of quantum mechanics. His human perspective often led him to ask questions his alien classmates hadn't considered, earning him a reputation as an out-of-the-box thinker. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. The physical differences between humans and many of their classmates posed unexpected challenges. The standard atmosphere of the academy, while breathable, left Maya and Zane constantly short of breath. The artificial gravity, calibrated for the average Confederation species, made them feel like they were walking through molasses. It came to a head one day in Maya's adaptive physiology class. They were studying extremophile organisms, and the professor, a gaseous being named Dr. Nebulox, had brought in live specimens. Now, Dr. Nebulox's voice buzzed through their translator, who would like to demonstrate the proper handling technique for a pyroclastic slugworm. The class fell silent. The pyroclastic slugworm was notorious for its searing body temperature, hot enough to melt most metals. Even with protective gear, it was a risky proposition. Maya found herself raising her hand before she could think better of it. Dr. Nebulox's gaseous form swirled in surprise. Ah, the human volunteers. Are you certain? The slugworm's temperature would be particularly dangerous for your species. Maya stood, her heart pounding. I'm certain, Professor. We humans have a saying, fortune favors the bold. As she made her way to the front of the class, she could hear the whispers of her classmates. Is she crazy? Humans really are reckless. But Maya had a plan. She'd been studying the protective gear used in the lab, and she'd noticed something. The material was designed to reflect heat, but it had poor insulating properties. However, she'd also noticed that the nutrient gel used to feed some of the extremophile specimens had excellent insulating properties. As the class watched in tense silence, Maya carefully coated her protective gloves in a thick layer of the nutrient gel. Then, with a deep breath, she reached into the containment field and gently lifted the pyroclastic slugworm. The heat was intense. She could feel it radiating through her makeshift insulation, but it worked. She held the slugworm steady, demonstrating the proper grip as Dr. Nebulox had taught them. Remarkable, Dr. Nebulox exclaimed, his gaseous form rippling with excitement. An innovative solution, Miss Patel. Can you explain your reasoning to the class? Maya carefully returned the slugworm to its containment field before turning to her stunned classmates. As she explained her thought process, she could see a shift in their expressions, from skepticism to interest, and even respect. Word of Maya's feat spread quickly through the academy. Suddenly, the human students weren't just curiosities, they were beings to be reckoned with. Zane had his own breakthrough in his transdimensional theory class. The students were struggling with a particularly complex problem involving the prediction of wormhole stability. While his classmates approached it from the standard theoretical framework they'd been taught, Zane drew upon his human background in computer science. He developed a simulation algorithm that, while unorthodox by Confederation standards, provided a new way of visualizing the problem. His professor, a crystalline being named Physax, was initially skeptical but soon became excited by the potential applications of Zane's approach. "You see," Physax chimed, its crystalline body resonating with enthusiasm, "this is why diversity in science is so crucial. Different evolutionary backgrounds lead to different cognitive approaches. Mr. Chen's human perspective has given us a valuable new tool." As the first term progressed, Maya and Zane found themselves at the center of a growing network of interspecies friendships and collaborations. Their human adaptability and innovative thinking, born from evolving on a death world, proved to be valuable assets in the academic crucible of the Galactic Academy. One evening, as they sat in the Academy's arboretum, a vast chamber filled with plant life from across the galaxy, Maya turned to Zane with a grin. "You know," she said, "I think we might actually be pulling this off." Zane nodded, his eyes on the bioluminescent flowers floating above them. "Yeah, but something tells me this is just the beginning. The real test is still to come." As if on cue, their communicators chimed simultaneously. It was a message from Professor Zilvan. "Urgent meeting. My office. Now." Maya and Zane exchanged a look. Whatever was coming, they would face it together, not just as individuals, but as representatives of humanity. They had come to the stars to learn, but also to teach. To show the galaxy that humanity, forged in the crucible of their death world, had something unique to offer. As they hurried to Zilvan's office, neither of them could have predicted the galactic crisis that was about to thrust them into the spotlight, a crisis that would put all their skills and humanity's place in the Confederation to the ultimate test. Diplomatic crisis. Maya and Zane hurried into Professor Zilvan's office, finding the usually composed alien in a state of agitation. "We have a situation," Zilvan said, skin flickering with worry. "The Arxa Dominion is threatening to leave the Confederation over a trade dispute. If they go, others may follow. The Academy has been asked to send representatives to the emergency summit." Maya frowned. "Why us? We're just students." Zilvan's gaze focused on them. "Your unique perspective may be valuable. The Arxa respects strength and innovation, qualities your species has demonstrated here." Zane nodded slowly. "So no pressure then, just the fate of galactic peace on our shoulders." Hours later, they found themselves on a sleek diplomatic vessel bound for the neutral space station where the summit would be held. Maya buried herself in studying Arxa culture and the details of the trade dispute, while Zane worked on potential technological solutions. The space station was a hive of activity when they arrived. Delegates from dozens of species rushed about, tension thick in the air. The Arxa delegation stood out, tall, reptilian beings with sharp claws and predatory eyes. As the talks began, it became clear that the situation was dire. The Arxa felt the current trade agreements didn't properly value their mineral-rich worlds. Other species accused them of hoarding resources crucial for advanced technologies. Maya noticed something as the arguments heated up: the Arxa delegates' postures, the way they clicked their claws. It reminded her of Earth's apex predators. An idea formed. During a recess, she approached the Arxa ambassador. "Esteemed ambassador," she said, bowing low, "I couldn't help but admire your species' evident strength. On our world, such apex predators are crucial to maintaining ecosystem balance." The ambassador's eyes narrowed, but he seemed intrigued. "You compare us to beasts." "To forces of nature," Maya corrected, "vital and powerful. It made me wonder. Perhaps the issue isn't the value of your resources, but how that value is recognized." As Maya explained her idea, a new trade framework that accounted for the unique qualities of each world's resources, not just their raw quantity, she saw the ambassador's interest grow. Meanwhile, Zane had been working with the conference's technical team. He proposed a blockchain-inspired system to ensure transparent and fair resource tracking across the Confederation. The combination of Maya's cultural insight and Zane's technical innovation broke the deadlock. The Arxo agreed to remain in the Confederation under the new trade terms, with other species quickly falling in line. As the summit concluded successfully, High Emissary Zalthora approached the human students. "You've done a great service to the Confederation," they said, patterns swirling with approval. "Perhaps we underestimated humanity's potential after all." Maya and Zane exchanged a tired but proud look. They had faced their first real test on the Galactic stage, and humanity had passed with flying colors. But as they prepared to return to the Academy, neither could shake the feeling that greater challenges lay ahead. The galaxy was vast and full of wonders, but also dangers. Humanity's journey among the stars was only just beginning. The Void Plague. Alarms blared throughout the Galactic Academy as Maya rushed to the emergency meeting. A holo projection showed a map of Confederation space, with entire systems blinking red. "The Void Plague," Professor Zilvan explained, his usual melodious voice tight with worry. "A nanovirus that shuts down neural pathways. It's spreading faster than we can contain it." Maya's mind raced. What about humans? Are we susceptible? Zilvan's skin rippled in surprise. "No, in fact, you seem to be immune. Your primitive neural structure is too different." An idea struck Maya. "Zane," she called to her friend across the room, "remember that Earth vaccine that used cowpox to prevent smallpox?" Zane's eyes widened in understanding. "A similar virus that's harmless to Confederation species." They worked tirelessly, Maya's xenobiology knowledge combining with Zane's quantum computing skills. They discovered a benign virus in Earth's archives that, when modified, could grant immunity to the Void Plague. As the modified virus was distributed across Confederation space, the plague's advance slowed, then stopped. Billions of lives were saved, thanks to humanity's primitive biology and innovative thinking. High Emissary Zalthora addressed the Academy. "Humanity has proven itself not just worthy of the Confederation, but essential to it. Your unique perspectives and adaptability may well be our greatest asset in facing future challenges." Battle for Earth. The victory was short-lived. Mere months after the Void Plague crisis, long-range sensors detected a massive fleet approaching the Sol system. The Harvesters, a species that consumed entire worlds, had set their sights on Earth. The Confederation rallied to defend humanity's homeworld, but the Harvesters' technology was unlike anything they'd encountered. Confederation ships fell by the dozens as the enemy closed in on Earth. In a desperate bid, Zane proposed a risky plan. "We can't match their firepower," he explained to the gathered admirals, "but maybe we don't have to. What if we could disrupt their entire fleet at once?" Using principles of quantum entanglement he'd studied at the Academy, combined with Earth's old EM technology, Zane devised a weapon that could disable a Harvester fleet in one stroke. The catch: it had to be detonated from within the enemy flagship. Maya volunteered for the suicide mission. "Earth is my home," she said simply. "I'll do whatever it takes to defend it." But as she prepared to embark, aliens from a dozen species stepped forward. "We stand with humanity," they declared. "As you risked everything to save us from the Void Plague, we will risk everything to save your world." The battle was fierce. Confederation and Earth ships fought side by side, buying time for Maya's strike team to infiltrate the Harvester flagship. At the crucial moment, as hope seemed lost, Maya activated the device. The Harvester fleet went dark, their ships drifting helplessly in space. The combined Confederation and Earth forces quickly mopped up the now defenseless invaders. In the aftermath, as cheers echoed across Earth and 1,000 alien worlds, High Emissary Zalthora made a historic announcement. "Today, we are all one people," the emissary declared. "Humanity has proven time and again that they belong among the stars. It is my great honor to announce that Earth is now the newest full member of the Galactic Confederation." As celebration erupted around them, Maya and Zane shared a quiet moment, gazing at the Earth glowing blue and green in the viewport. "We did it," Maya said softly. "We proved humanity's worth." Zane nodded, a smile playing on his lips. "We did more than that. We showed the galaxy that diversity is strength, that facing challenges head-on and adapting is the key to survival." "So," Maya grinned, "what's next?" Zane's eyes sparkled with excitement. "The universe is vast, my friend. Our journey is just beginning." As they turned back to join the celebration, both knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, humanity would face them with courage, innovation, and an unbreakable spirit. The stars were no longer a distant dream, but a new home filled with endless possibilities.